Right. So I think Daniela gave a great introduction. I'm Eloïse, and I'll be talking about how I use imaging technology to support my zooplankton research. And this is going to be a piece that I did back in my PhD last year with colleagues here in Exeter, as well as the British Antarctic Survey. So a bit about me. I'm currently a postdoc at the University of Exeter, and my interest lies in zooplankton ecology. Specifically, I'm using a lot imaging devices, so like the FlowCam Macro that I'm going to be talking about today, and then also more recently, dipping my toes into also in situ imaging devices, so devices that sample straight away in the water column and image in the water straight away. And all of this is all about how we can then use imaging to look at really cool information such as zooplankton size as an ecological metric to understand food web ecology, trophic ecology, and carbon cycling in the ocean. And a little fun fact, I guess, about my favorite part of my work is that I get to do some really cool field research out on sea on ships to collect my samples. And this is just a nice way to really get that hands-on work. It's a lot of observational work, and then take that back into the lab. So, and before this, I was doing my PhD in Southampton at the National Oceanography Center. So firstly, in case not everyone here today knows much about zooplankton, so these tiny but mighty ocean critters that kind of dominate the ocean. So zooplankton comes from the Greek zoo meaning animal and planktos meaning drifter, and it basically refers to a suit of animals that are at the mercy of currents. And I'm specifically interested in mesozooplankton, so that's the size range of about 0.2 to 20 micron. So that's stuff like your small shrimp, sometimes some small krill, but really your zooplankton that can also be massive jellyfish. And a really cool fun fact about zooplankton is that they're estimated to be the most abundant metazoan on the planet. So your taxacopipod, which is this image in the bottom left, is estimated to be the most abundant organism with about 1 sextillion. So that's 10 to the power of 21. So that's more than all insects on land. So they're really, really important on our planet. And they're really integral to marine food webs. They act as that primary consumer that is feeding on your algae. So that's your plants or your phytoplankton in surface waters. And then are able to then transfer that energy to the rest of your food web. So that's through your fish that are feeding on it, or even your massive megafauna, your charismatic whales, such as your humpback whale that is eating krill, and even us humans that are fishing fish that feed on those zooplankton.